Welcome to the Sisterhood of Healing podcast, the podcast that wants to help you reach your best and most divine potential. Each week, we dive into topics concerning inner healing, wellness, and spirituality. We discuss strategies and practice from our own personal experiences regarding higher energies, trauma, and connecting to the divine as we take you through our own personal journeys to discover the highest versions of ourselves. In combination with guest speakers, we bring you a comprehensive guide to mental and spiritual wellness and the ability to connect to yourself and the world around you on a deeper level. I'm Nicole, and I'm Christina, and we are two sisters who want to take you along on our spiritual and healing journey. We are each on our own individual healing and spiritual path and bring unique perspectives regarding yoga, chakra healing, meditation, intuition, and trauma healing. Sometimes life is messy, sometimes it's confusing, and sometimes everything falls perfectly into place. Join us as we navigate the path to divine enlightenment together.
Welcome, sisters and brothers and non-binary listeners, to the Sisterhood of Healing podcast. This is episode 4, airing January 6th, 2022. This is our first episode of the new year, and today we're going to be discussing self-love. So starting off the new year from the inside out.
And we talked about, in our last episode of 2021, we talked about how we didn't really want to focus on setting New Year's resolutions because there's a lot of pressure associated with that. And rather, we wanted to focus on setting intentions. And part of that whole process is understanding self-love and how you can build on self-love. So we're going to talk about self-love habits today. And we also have our very first guest, our very good friend, Eric Schefski. Yay! Hi, Eric.
How's it going?
We're good. How are you?
How are you?
Good. I'm super excited to be here.
We're very excited to have you on the podcast.
Yeah. Eric's been our biggest supporter right from the very beginning when we told him we were going to have a podcast months ago. So we told him his number one fan shirt will be coming his way soon.
Yes, so to introduce him, as you mentioned, his name is Eric Schefski, and first and foremost, he identifies as a husband and a father to a 4-year-old daughter. He's a teacher, and he's also a Beachbody coach.
Yeah, so he's going to be telling us a little bit about himself today. We're going to be having a discussion with him about self-love. But before we do get into our discussion with Eric and hear all the good things that he has to share with us, we want to let you as the listeners know a little bit about what self-love is, because this is one thing when I've had conversations with people, they're always asking, when I say like, oh, I'm taking a course on becoming a self-love coach, like what is that? What exactly is self-love? What does the self-love coach do? So we're going to expand on that a little more today and a little more in future episodes. But some basic, for your understanding, some basic self-love habits or some basic understandings of what self-love is it's really an accepting of yourself for who you are, like truly accepting yourself internally and externally. It also comes out of an appreciation for the small things about what make you who you are and what you have in your life. So we talked about last episode about gratitude, and part of self-love is about having self-gratitude. So being thankful for who you are, what you have, your abilities, even your limitations. All of that is included in self-love as well. Part of self-love is looking after yourself as well. So self-care comes into that. And Nicole is going to be our expert on that as the episodes progress. And Eric is a little bit of our expert on that today when it comes to self-care. But looking after yourself first. You want to put your mental, your emotional, your physical state first, because you can't look after others unless your cup is full. So doing small things each day for yourself. And this ultimately is going to help you lead to self-love and develop your own sense of self-love. And most importantly, throughout this whole process, you want to trust yourself. Trust yourself in what you're doing and what your beliefs are, and who you are. And we're going to talk about this in future episodes. But without further ado, Eric. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Hey.
Tell our listeners who you are, why you're here, what got you into this journey.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to be here. When you guys said that you guys were launching this, I was so excited because following you guys on social, reconnecting, knowing what you guys are about, I'm very excited to be here. You know, you guys had me at that first line of your intro, with the life being a little messy and sometimes it all falls into place. And I love how you're talking about looking after yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, because that all falls into that category. You can only look after yourself or look after others when you look after yourself, right? So I love that, and I can't wait to dive into this today. Yeah, so I am Eric Schefski. I am like you said, a teacher as well as a beach body coach. And this time last year, I was searching for something different, and I had no idea what I was looking for. I recently got a new job at high school, and I had a whole bunch of people thrown into my class that didn't really want to be there. So I was doing male fitness, and due to some class closures, a bunch of people were kind of placed in there. And some of them made it kind of known to me right off the bat. And they said, you know what, sir, like, I don't really want to be here. This is my first choice. And I took it as a challenge. I said, you know what, I'm going to try to change these guys and give them exactly what they need, because this is what they're looking for. So over the course of a month or two, as we led into Christmas, I had a few of them come up to me and say, sir, you got me. You know, I didn't want to be here. Your enthusiasm, your positivity kept me here. And now I'm grateful that I was here. I'm seeing physical results. I'm so confident in myself after seeing some of these changes. And I've learned so much that I'm going to take on for the rest of my life. Over the Christmas break, once we said our goodbyes, I was looking for more of this, and I had no idea where to find it. I had a friend that was doing beach body coaching, and it was super weird to me because I was a dude that did not have social media. I had one Facebook account that was for fishing in Florida. I had no idea what was going on with this stuff, but I had done the insanity videos like years ago. So I kind of knew what they were about. So after doing some research, I signed up. And it has been quite the voyage. It's been unbelievable. And I've been helping people take care of themselves so they can better take care of others. And you know what? I had one today. I had a message from somebody that said, thank you so much. And when you get those like teary-eyed thank yous, that's when, oh my God, like that's like the best natural high you could ever ask for. You know, as a teacher, you get those often, and you know, like I wanted more of that. So Beachbody offered me this no class size, no cap, no school boundary. It allowed me to help as many people as I possibly could, and the limits were endless. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm super excited because not only have I helped a bunch of people change their fitness journeys and their wellness journeys, but now I'm getting into the other side of the business where I'm helping other people grow and create their own business, which is now kind of spreading my net. It is helping the ripple effect get on even farther and helping more people down the line. It's now growing at an exponential rate, which is fantastic. That's a bit about me.
I love that. And it's like you took this, like you clearly have this passion to help other people, and the excitement, like the intensity, that drive, like within you, it sounds like you've built it in other people. And I think that's so amazing. And that's exactly what you want to do with intention building, is start with a feeling and then build on it. And not only have you built on it in yourself, you've built on it in others, you've built on it on me and Nicole as well. So it's obviously contagious, and it's incredible. It's so incredible.
Yeah, it's fun to be a part of, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about, you told us a little bit about how you got started, but how do you stay motivated when you're doing this? And I think that's part of the thing. I mean, New Year's resolutions, it's so hard to give up on them, but even with intention setting, like how do you set this? You've got the feeling, how do you stay motivated and keep the feeling going?
Yeah, that's something another thing I love to talk about is motivation, because everybody's looking for that big thing. Let's stay motivated. Let's do this. And that's sometimes very hard. It's easier to be consistent. And, you know, that's one thing that I love to talk about. I read this book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and he talks about the compounding effect of small little things that you can either do or not do. And with intention setting, setting out where you want to be, you can line up those little things that are easy to do or not to do, and they will compound over time, bringing you to that intention. If you want to feel a certain way, I need to drink this amount of water. I need to increase my number of greens that I have per day. I need to self-reflect, whether it's meditation, yoga, etc., and I need to move my body. All of those little pieces individually aren't scary. They're not big, but it's not a 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. It's a 1 + 1 + 1 = 10. So you will get closer to that intention once you just do those little minute events, and they'll lead to a great result.
Yeah. And I think too, that's, those like little minute intentions are so important because it, like you said, like it breaks it down. It's not this huge daunting task. Like, and those little things are so important. Like you can do those little things. Like you can drink more water. If you normally drink 1 cup of water, 1 bottle of water, you can drink multiple bottles of water. And it's funny, both you and I have our bottles of water going here.
I know.
So important to get hydrated.
And that's the thing too, right? So you've got those little things that add up, but motivation is also a fantastic thing to find, and you can find it in moments at little pieces, whether it's music, whether it's an event that you want to focus on, if it's like a goal that you're going to or an intention. Say you want to bring your kids to Disney, you could have that written in your office so that it could keep you motivated while doing that. So I'm not saying that motivation is impossible, but it's better to be consistent and just show up in these little moments than it is to really seek out that motivation, give it your all, and then stop the momentum, look for the motivation again, and then get going again. Yeah. So,
and would you say
it's a song?
Yeah, it just gets you going.
It just gets me going. So, workout songs, you got tons. And for me, for work, it's definitely, I've got one that I've been listening to, and it hits me. It's Panic at the Disco, High Hopes. I know, it's like, it's not even like a good song, and it's like, nobody's going to say, oh, that's the best song ever. But it just speaks to me, so that's what I use.
It's really whatever works for you. And I think that's the big thing too. And like, even as a self-love coach and like going through this program, that's one of the big things is you can't tell your clients, you can share with your clients what works for you. You can't tell them that's going to work for them. Like you've got to find what works for them. I don't know if Panic at the Disco would motivate me, but I love that it motivates you. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to try everything, right? Listen to everything. Try what you think is going to work for you. Try some things that you don't think is going to work for you, and you never know. You could be surprised.
Yeah. No, I think that's incredible.
Yeah, try things on. That's amazing.
So in terms of like getting motivated, staying motivated, how do you motivate the people around you? So you're a coach, and you've shared with us how you get motivated. How do you keep your peers motivated?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways that you can keep people motivated. There's actively or silently. So when you're showing up consistently and authentically in your own journey, you're going to motivate other people. So you can do that and just be an inspiration and not even know it to people, whether you're just going out of your way, saying hi to a coworker, being positive, how was your weekend? You're uplifting that person without really even paying attention to it or even trying to, but you have no idea what that little piece is doing for somebody else. I've had a bunch of people say, what are you doing at 5:30 in the morning, waking up and actually smiling? But it's hilarious because it comes in a routine, right? So you get that consistency and you wake up, you get it done. And now my sleepy old pug, we were talking about animals before, but my sleepy 13-year-old pug now whines at 6 o'clock if he's not up. He doesn't understand the concept of rest days. But he's now got it ingrained into his routine. He's got to get up. So it's definitely possible for everybody. But another one is to just send out that positive message to somebody, knowing who you're talking to and knowing that audience, whether they need a kick in the arse or whether it's a positive, uplifting message or just to check and say, hey, how you doing? How are you feeling? How are things going? How is the world treating you?
Yeah, and
I have to say, I always look forward to your videos every day.
Yeah.
I always find them so inspiring. I wait for them. So
Yeah, I definitely do.
You're inspiring me.
Yeah, and it gives me the encouragement I mentioned last time. I feel so vulnerable on social media, but I think seeing you, and we're in the same profession, so knowing that somebody in the same profession can make social media videos is inspiring.
Okay, so I gotta speak on that one quickly. So you talk about that and limiting beliefs and fear and all this kind of stuff. And This is why I was loving what you're doing, because this helps people big time. I randomly heard a little piece of somebody's talk on fear. My first video that I posted on social media was actually that dance conditioning All About Joy program with Sean T. And it was me as a weird, awkward dancing freak up there in front of everybody. And it was so fearful. And I just ripped the Band-Aid off and went for it, dove into the deep end. And I got great reactions of it. They're like, oh, dude, you're awesome. Like, I remember when you used to dance like that at my cottage back in the day.
Shout out to my cottage.
Oh, God, I told you. It was nothing but positivity. So do the stuff that scares you. That's where you get growth, and that's where you're going to see some fantastic things happen.
Okay, that's great advice. I feel motivated now. I'm going to get off this call and go make a video now. Thank you. You jacked me right up.
No, never off topic. That's great advice.
No, that is great. Fantastic advice. Okay, so motivation, definitely a great way to motivate your peers.
So with that being said, Eric, how do you create positive thoughts around yourself and your practices and habits?
Yeah, honestly, I think positivity is a choice in a way. I've been made fun of actually at the last couple of schools I've been at with different nicknames. They've called me Chippy. They've called me Sunshine, because I'm always trying to be positive, because what's the other choice?
Right.
Being negative and feeling sad? It's awful. Why would you want to do that, right? Yeah. So, during many situations, you look at it either half full, half empty, and kind of just frame your mindset around that. Right. So momentum is huge. And if you keep looking positively, you're going to feel more positive, and kind of you look at it negative, it's very hard to get out of a rut. Right. If you're having bad days, seems like everything's piling on. But if you try to flip that and keep the momentum going on your side, as a parent, it's, a straw can break your back, right? Like, you have a toddler that's not eating or throwing stuff or having a tantrum in the middle of Walmart. You don't want to be that guy. But, depending on how your day is going to go or how you look at it, you're going to need better arms to go to war with whatever life throws at you. So I think positivity, like, you can really look at it and put it on your side. And again, it's going to come down to some, personal development and, working through some of that and training your brain to think that way. But yeah, trying your best to just keep momentum and positivity on your side.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit last episode too, with using positivity and how it just changes your entire mindset. And we we talked about how we were so grateful for what happened this year, how it led us here. And then Nicole's like, that's not to say COVID didn't suck, and this year hasn't had its hardships. I mean, let's acknowledge that for what it is. But yeah, 100% it is your mindset. And I think, Chippy, that for people to say that about you, like, they're obviously recognizing a strength that you have, and perhaps it's something that they need or they're not comfortable with yet. But regardless, it's something that they recognize in you, and obviously you were sharing that with the world. So you're making an impact regardless of the nicknames they gave you.
Well, thank you for that.
So how do you find your physical practice and your workouts have changed your mindset and, like, your mental health?
Oh, that's huge. So there's so many different pieces to that. Not only does it help with stress relief, but also the small little challenges. You're always trying to get that 1% better as you progress through your workouts, no matter what it is. You're trying to constantly gauge where you're at, how can I get better, and push yourself to find new accomplishments within your workouts. But then it's also going a little bit farther than that. You've got endorphin kicks. Movement is medicine, right? You've got endorphin kicks. You've got heart health. There's so much that you can link to this, both physically and mental health, when it comes to doing your workout, or just exercise in general.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned that movement is medicine. And I agree with that 100%. And I also think that nutrition is medicine as well, because what you're consuming physically, what you're eating, you become that, right? And that affects your gut health, your brain health. So how do you fuel yourself?
Yeah, so I was that meatitarian, typical guy eating meat and potatoes. And until I started forcing myself, after learning, becoming a fitness teacher, becoming a Beachbody coach, that you should have a balanced meal, and really forcing my wife and asking desperately, can we get some more vegetables around here? I didn't realize how good you can actually feel by listening to the things that people tell you, like have the balance, drink water, and fuel yourself. And the biggest problem that I see with this is people automatically, when they try to get healthy, they think of dieting, they think of restriction, they think of cutting things out. That's not the way. You have to fuel your body, and you said it so eloquently when you said fuel your body. You have to give it energy. Yes, that includes carbs. That's where you get energy as a source. Yes, that includes fats, but it's the right type. It's getting fats from avocados and peanut butter and natural things like that versus the fried food that we all love. And I love how people were saying, oh, what are you doing over the holidays? Oh, you just finished a program. Are you going to have a cheat day? That kind of thing. And occasionally I do. And the more I do this, the more I realize if I have a cheat day, it's hilarious. The food that we reward ourselves with, how do we actually feel after we consume them?
Awful.
Like garbage, right?
Yeah. Like you're not actually rewarding your body
at all.
Harming it.
No.
You're shortening your lifespan, you're making your organs feel awful, and you're feeling like garbage the very next day. So I find it hilarious. And I fall into this, right? With cookies being around the house and chocolate and advent calendars and you name it, especially around the holidays for the last couple of weeks. But now that I'm kind of back into the swing of things, I'm realizing that you have to do what serves you, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, or nutrition-wise. Do the stuff that fuels you, do the stuff that serves you.
Yeah, and I think too, you guys both said you don't feel good like when you have that cheat. And that's not to say like don't, if you want a chocolate bar, if you want, like, allow yourself to do that. But I think it's realizing like being in tune with your body and realizing like what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. There's nothing wrong with having a cheat day, but if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle that's in tune with and conducive to keeping you healthy, and keeping you positive and keeping you motivated, you really got to listen to your body. And did it feel good when you ate like 3 pounds of chicken wings last night? Maybe in the moment.
Yeah, right?
Maybe not after that.
That seems like a great idea.
But yeah, that's definitely important. Deciding what you're going to put in your body and fueling it. And I know me, like I've been eating kale every day for lunch for the last probably 8 years. And a coworker of mine said the other day, because I brought leftovers, and he was like, what are you eating? I'm like, oh, I can't remember what it was. He's like, well, I don't know you if you're not eating kale. And people are like, how can you eat salad every day? And I always say it's kale, it's hearty. I put other things in it, but it makes me feel so good. Like my stomach feels good. Everything just feels so good when I eat kale.
Everything works well when you're eating kale.
It all works well. I got no complaints. So yeah, definitely fueling your body is really important. What are some ways? I know that you are a Beachbody coach, and you mentioned Sean T, and I did one of his workouts too. And I remember messaging you saying, this is what I need in my life. But I often like I have dance parties by myself, and like my friends know this and always tease me for it. And I'll be like, I was feeling really down last night. I just had a dance party, and I'll throw on music and throw my hands in the air. I even bought myself a disco ball, and like now I'll plug in the disco ball and just like have a dance party by myself because it just feels good. Sometimes you just got to dance it out. So that's
what it's all about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's the one great thing about Beachbody. They have everything. They have from weights to jogging. They have a long distance running program where you work up to 5K. They have this dance conditioning where you don't go down to the floor and do sit-ups at all, but you get a sweaty workout while having fun in a joy-based environment. in a safe area in your house, so you can have fun dancing in the kitchen, having a blast while moving, because movement is medicine. Do what excites you and makes you happy. And trust me, we got it all, but whatever you're into, that's what I encourage you to dive into.
Yeah, you guys do have a lot of variation. So yeah, exactly whatever you're into. And I think that's a big thing when it comes to, and I won't say diet, because diet I feel like is such a big, scary, like, it's just a big, scary word. But like we were talking about, like fueling your body, like eating right and doing what's right for you. All that, like fueling your body and movement, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like you said, like weights or like these really strict diets. It's really like whatever works for you. Listen to your body, move in ways that work for you. And like you said, crunches, like if you can't get down on the ground, you got knee issues, you got back issues, whatever it is, like there's something out there for you. And I think even like your program has definitely highlighted that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we have modifications for everything. We have a postnatal, prenatal thing. There's everything. And again, reach out to a professional, reach out to a friend that's doing things. I'm happy to be doing that for you and help you out. But again, there's answers out there for whatever you're into. So, move your body, whether it's a walk outside in the country, by the water, whatever it is. Just find something that will help you progress to those intentions that you've set out for yourself.
Love that. I love that. So what are some of those intentions? Like, do you want to share for us, or do you mind sharing for us some of your personal intentions for this year as a coach, or as your personal intentions?
Yeah, I've kind of broken up my intentions. Last year I had intentions, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. Now I'm kind of aimed and ready to go on this with, the changes that I've made over this year. And I've broken it up into 3 sections. So personal, family, and business. So for me, family's always first, so I'm going to go with that one. But I want to take my family outside more. That's one thing that, with COVID we did, and then we got to YOLO this summer, and then we didn't, kind of. We were outside, and now we're kind of sheltered again with everything that's going on. So I want to get outside and just enjoy things. So out here in Ottawa, right, like we're in the wintertime, it's freaking freezing out here. So there's an excuse right there. Then in the springtime, there's bugs. My girls hate bugs. My wife, my daughter hate the bugs, don't want to have that. Thank God we got screened-in porches. And then in the summertime, it gets really hot. So there's always seems to be an excuse. But we want to kind of push those excuses to the side and just get outside and enjoy nature. For our family, it's great. We've got a place on the river. We can go out there. We've got 2 acres here at the house, so we can get outside. But avoid those common things that we like to avoid, like bugs, and kind of go from there. When it comes to a personal intention I've got, it's celebrate those little wins. I had a moment a couple of weeks ago that really helped me out. And I was having a tough day, and I started just hitting domino after domino of little events that just totally switched my day. So first started off with that VIP parking spot in the front of the store. Walked into the store, in the Shoppers Drug Mart, and the 3 things that I wanted to pick up were on sale. So what I kind of realized was that's where my personal focus should be. I should be celebrating those little wins, how small though they are, because they will, like we talked about before, compound over time and set me up for success when the big things come. So keeping that momentum on my side. Business-wise, this is kind of where things get exciting. Okay, sorry for interrupting there. So when we talk about the business goals, I'm very excited about this, and this is where the roof is set to pop off, and I'm so excited. So not only did I help a lot of people last year, but like I said, I'm kind of getting into the different side of the business where I'm helping others grow their businesses, which is very exciting. So it's not only changing people's lives in a health-wise, but it's also their scenarios that they have at home. So one lady that's kind of signed up with me, she's a single mom. She's had tough times kind of paying some bills, and she's looking to get that financial freedom. Not only can I help her, but I can help indirectly everybody that she helps along the way. So a long time ago, Pay It Forward was a movie with Kevin Spacey, and they talked about that exponential rate of kindness, and how if you help this person and this person helps these 3 people and they help 3 people, how that big net can be cast. And that's where I'm really looking forward to things this year and taking things to another level.
I love that. You're constantly just trying to expand who you're helping. That's where you started this whole conversation. I love it. Just connecting all back to that.
It starts small, and then as you get this small, you want to get bigger. You got to figure out a way to grow yourself and help more people. Because if we're not helping and serving people, what are we doing?
Yeah, one of my favorite country songs. There's a line that says, "When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around and help the next person in line."
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of that same concept too. I think that's incredible. You got a lot of really great intentions set up for yourself. I love that you're on the river. I'm so jealous.
I'm gonna come vacation at your house.
I know. You might hear 2 knocks on the door this summer, or like in a week, or.
You girls will know where the key is after this. More than welcome anytime.
Amazing. But yeah, and like I love the way that you're growing your business and like the growth mindset, and like you're maintaining this positivity all throughout it. But again, just about helping others, and that's so contagious. I think that's so beautiful. So beautiful. Way to go, Eric.
This business is grown around 4 pillars: spreading the word, being proof of the product, recognizing the achievement of other people and their goals, and also personal development. And it has helped me grow so much as a human over the last year that I cannot wait to see where this goes. Not only business-wise, but where I can take myself and kind of be the best version of who I am for my family and my friends.
Very cool. Well, I can't wait to see where you are in a year from now. It's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait to see where this podcast is in a year from now. I can't wait to see all the people that you're going to be helping. It's
gonna be Here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
You're going to manifest it with us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which you already have been, which we appreciate so much. So you've told us a lot of good things. Nicole, did you have any other questions that you wanted to ask?
No, I just wanted to ask you, Eric, if you had any final comments that you wanted to discuss, or any questions for us?
Well, first of all, when is my t-shirt coming? I want my flag. I want my Sisterhood of Healing flag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just, first of all, I want to shout you guys up for what you're doing. Again, anybody that's willing to help other people, I'm all about it, and I applaud you guys for your efforts. You're awesome. Going out and doing the different is, something that's a little scary for a lot of people. Not everybody gets. So God bless you going against the grain and doing what feels right to you. I just want to give you guys a shout out. And then I also want to shout out a little thing to everybody who's listened to this podcast. And if this is something that you have been interested in and heard and you like, I'm all about supporting the Sisterhood of Healing. So if anybody wants to reach out, get their fitness and wellness journey started, I will give you guys a discount based on these amazing girls I've had a chance to talk to for the last little while, and can't wait to see where they go.
Oh, that's amazing. And how can people reach you? And we'll put this in our show notes as well, but if you want to let us know.
They can reach me at, I'm on social media now, Instagram, northern.grit.fitness, on IG. And then also my email is Eric, ERIC, Schefski, SCHEFSKI, @gmail.com.
That's great. We're definitely going to encourage people to reach out to you. But so before we go, so everyone doesn't think that this is all just sunshine and rainbows all the time, because as much as you want to manifest things and keep everything positive, are there any challenges that you faced? I mean, you've been hyping us up, obviously. We've been excited to have you on this, on our podcast and just kind of share ideas. But are there any challenges or obstacles that you faced, like building your business? Like, how have you overcome them?
Yeah, so one of the big shout out to you guys came was talking about going against the grain. So automatically with entrepreneurship, with social selling, and being a network marketer, it's intimidating. It's scary. It can be a little bit different. So kind of finding that confidence in doing that, and going against the norm. So the self-limiting beliefs is a tough one to deal with. And luckily, I've been surrounded by a fantastic group of coaches on a fantastic team. And also, like I said, one of the vital behaviors of our business is personal development. And while reading or listening to podcasts, that kind of thing, it is kind of giving me that ammo to go to war against all the naysayers, all the people that are going to say no, all the people that I'm intimidated to fight. But I got to focus on the people that I can help. So that's where you kind of have to flip the mindset and work with that personal development, and also keep that intention in mind when you're going through the trenches. Another one is balance, right? So full-time teacher, full-time dad, my wife's got a side business as well. So it's chiseling out those times and balancing so that I can be the best at whatever I'm doing. Nobody wants to be that dad or mom sitting on their phone at the kid's soccer game. They want to be there for their kid. They want to be playing on the ground, imaginative play, having fun, being Ryder from Paw Patrol, in the moment, enjoying. And so for me, it was setting up a schedule. Get up early. And that's why I have to get up early. A lot of people don't understand, but you've got to create time. If you don't have time, you got to create it. So get up at 5, working out by 5:30, go to work, handle your business, come home, be dad from 4 to 8 until she goes to sleep, and then you can conquer your goals from 8 till 9:30. Make sure you're in bed at 9:30-ish. Entrepreneurship, you kind of got to work until the work's done. But make sure you're not burning the candle so that you can wake up and do it all over again.
So balance seems to be a theme that's just running through our episode today. Nutrition, physical movement, time management. Yeah, it's so important. Everything's about balance. Life's about balance. And making it work, making it happen.
Absolutely.
Taking that step.
Yep, and sometimes that balance is messy.
Yeah, and sometimes it all falls into place. Yeah!
Yeah, I just got hit with the line.
Oh, amazing. Well, Eric, this has been an absolute pleasure. I am so honored that you agreed to come on our show and be our very first guest. I think you are just a wealth of information. You are 100% a part of the sisterhood. Your swag will be in the mail soon. You are like our number one supporter, number one fan. You are our hype squad, our entire hype squad, next to our mom, who I'm not sure she knows what a podcast is, but
sure if she's listened.
No.
No, you guys are fantastic. Like I said, thank you so much for having me on. I can't wait to cheer you guys on as this goes on, for on and on and on and on. And I can't wait to see all the people that you have changed and helped.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we really do appreciate that. So I think with that, we'll sign off.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye, sisters.
Bye.
That's it for our show today. Thanks for joining. Remember, you can always reach out to us on our socials, on Instagram at sisterhood_of_healing, or on TikTok at Sisterhood of Healing. We love to hear from you, so please reach out to us at any time. Thank you for journeying with us today. We'll see you next time.